Remy's getting engaged.
Oh my God, everyone, I'm engaged. That's the clickbait.
I had a dream. The most vivid dream I've ever had of me hooking up with an influencer. Am I weird?
Woo!
Take down the whole episode.
Ramble.
Pretty basic.
This episode of Pretty Basic is sponsored by Away Travel.
Ready?
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, you're like. Hey guys, welcome back to Pretty Basic. I'm Alisha Marie.
I am Remi Cruz.
And together we are both pretty and we are both basic.
And today we are Alisha.
Yes. I'm so excited because I feel like we just have a lot to talk about.
I know.
And a lot to catch up on. First of all, how have you really been?
I have been actually doing very well. I'm a little tired today, but like other than that, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Oh my God,
we're only up and up. How are you doing?
I love it so much. Honestly, I've been really good lately. Like honestly, so good, which is very nice. We love that. I just feel way less anxious lately. I feel kind of like I have a purpose again. I don't know. I feel all the things that I was not feeling.
Someone asked me like maybe a week ago or so, and they were like, oh, like, how are you guys? And I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, you and I are fantastic.
Yes.
And I feel like a large part of it is because you've just been like doing so well.
Oh my God. I'm coming over. And you're like, oh.
I love it. No, it makes me so happy.
I know, but remember this is how you know Alicia's like, do you remember when Brad, our personal trainer, went over to Remy's to like train her, you know, do a little workout, and I just didn't want to go home. I was that friend who I was like, I'm just gonna edit here, and I was supposed to do the workout, but I was like, no, I have way too much
She was
work.
supposed to be in the video.
I was supposed to be in the video. I had way too much editing to get done because I was a little behind, so I was like trying to get that done. So instead of doing the workout, I just sat on the couch while you did it.
But like best of all, normally I'd be working out in my garage, but obviously, as we know, my house flooded.
Oh yes.
So the garage is unusable currently. So we just did the workout in my living room, and also in my living room is my couch where you were sitting. Yes. So literally 2 feet away, I'd be like,
yeah.
And you're just like,
But I feel like that's been me lately. I'm just like, okay.
I love it. It's been so good. Today, I'm feeling in an extra giggly mood. I feel like normally like we like, you know, we're talking to camera and things, but today I just want to like sit and chat with you.
I know.
Let's just catch up.
I also do have to give a slight disclaimer. Like I'm tan right now, but like it's a little too much for me.
I thought your legs look fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm just picturing the last time we recorded, I was probably so pasty. Everyone's going to think I went to Hawaii with you.
Honestly, oh my God. Well, this is a perfect segue into what I want to catch you up on. So as we all know, I think you look fantastic, by the way.
Thanks.
As we all know, I went to Hawaii with Cal. That's the last time that we caught up with everybody here. We were about to leave for our 3rd year anniversary. And I like honestly can't keep track ever of what I talk about on the internet, but allegedly from some messages that I've gotten, I've like talked about getting engaged a lot, like whether it's on this podcast or in passing, maybe the Truth or Drinks, we've talked about it too, or like going on Wild Tonight, whatever. I talk about it a lot, but like and you know, because I tell you, Cal and I are settled on getting engaged next year. You knew that already. Don't be surprised.
No, but like for you to say it so casually on the podcast, it makes it crazy.
That's just like so long away. Like,
y'all. What are we gonna do
when I get engaged?
Yes.
Life will still be
You're
normal.
You're gonna have a ring on that finger.
Oh, it's just becoming weighing down. I can't lift it. I'm not worried about that at all. The only thing like that would change ever is if like one of us had a kid, I presume. Then like that's when the podcast would change. But like ring means nothing.
I know, but in my head, I want us to be pregnant together so bad. And if you're already like, I know that's way down the line, but like engaged,
you never know. It could totally happen at the same time.
I know, but I just okay. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's so fucking exciting.
Thank you so much. But to me, it's just very casual because like we talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
But so it's like, oh yeah, next year, like no big deal, whatever. Like I'll be excited when it happens.
Also, the other day, it was me, you, and Cal over the weekend, and you so casually said to him like, oh, would this person come to our wedding? And I had that moment like, oh my God, they talk about it so casually.
Oh yeah, we talk about it very casually. Oh, about his weird cousin. Yeah. Cal has a cousin that fell in love with a tree.
Wait. The whole time he was telling me, I was like, can we talk about this on Pretty Basic? And I was like, I don't know if we can. Like,
I think so. No. I mean, I don't think he's listening.
No, I know he's not.
He's busy loving the tree.
But so I was going to leave that in your hands if you wanted to talk about it. And I'm so glad you did.
I'll ask him and we can cut it if we have to, but I think he'd think it's funny. Cal, not the cousin.
Yeah.
Cousin sounds lovely, but I don't know if he'll be invited to the wedding. We'll see.
I guess he truly did fall in love with the tree.
How's he going to bring the tree to the wedding?
Well, I was wondering, I was like, does he take some of the bark and like make a jewelry out of it?
Oh my God.
Also, he's like off the grid now.
Wait, that's so beautiful.
Remi. You would.
Anyways, we'll circle back on that more if we can.
If we can, we should go into it.
And we'll have Cal on as a guest spot.
I loved him on.
Oh my God, that was so fun.
Episode was so fun.
The little TikToks have been so funny. Our magic wand clip. My favorite is when it zoomed in on Cal's face and he was like, wait, I need to call out our editor because they played me as well. We did a Claudia TikTok and my face just gets tired of smiling. And so in one of the clips, I was like, oh my God, tell me what it's like. But I didn't mean it in a bitchy way. I was just, my face was hurting.
Wait, send me that. I don't know which one you're talking about. It was
and I saw a comment that was like, Remi's face changed. And I was like, and I look and I was like, because we should have cut it just a second. You know what I mean? The Claudia.
Yes. Oh my God. It's all in the editing. There was even one recently where it was like, I think it was on the Claudia episode. And what's funny is I agree with it because I feel it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think I don't know how, like, I don't want to just smile at them the whole time. So sometimes I think I just have like I think my concentration face is just kind of bitchy looking.
I have a resting bitch face for sure.
And some of the comments were like, wow, Alicia's face. And I was like, damn, I feel me do it. It's very like.
But the people that are commenting, like, try and have a conversation with someone filmed for like over an hour. It's hard because like you are obviously listening, but then also I feel like if I'm focusing on smiling and I'm focusing on the pain more than active listening sometimes.
But at least you're smiling. I feel like I do that Chloe face. I'm like, like it's the like snarl look. Like it's like, and I'm like, no wonder guests don't want to come back. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That was our one and only recurring guest. Anyways, back to it. So Cal and I most likely are getting engaged next year. That's obviously up to him when he wants to do so, but that's what we've talked about. But he and I have had the conversation for so long about that's what's going to happen. And so then when I went to Hawaii and I started posting like whatever pictures, stories, my vlog, all the comments were like, oh my God, she's so getting engaged. They're so getting engaged. Like every comment was about getting engaged. And then it didn't help me that my brother so happened to be there at the exact same time, which was completely not planned. And I would never lie. I literally told my vlog, I was like, it's so crazy. He's going to be there too. And everyone was like, oh my God, the brother being there. Yeah. They're so getting engaged. And I had to comment and be like, guys, not yet. Like, please don't worry.
In the back of your head, I would have been like, but
no, we're so open and candid about it. I knew, and not even like for a split second did I think it was gonna happen.
Oh my God, no. I would have been like,
no, definitely. And my nails weren't done properly. Actually, no. I did get my nails done. They did chip while I was there, but I got my nails done beforehand. And then people, when they were conspiring, like, she got her nails done. Which, like, doesn't everyone usually get their nails done before, like, a vacation?
Well, my favorite thing is Lauren Geraldo recently got engaged, and she was like, the past 6 months, I've been making sure I have good nails, like, just in case. She's like, I've been wanting to do cool neon colors. But I was like, God forbid he proposes, and I have, like
smiley faces, checkered, rainbow.
Yeah, smiley faces checkered. Like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I didn't get engaged. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't let down. I was totally fine. But it was cute that everyone was excited.
Oh my God. Okay. How did you not think maybe? Like even just 1%?
Because we've already talked about it. Like neither of us, I've already told him candidly, like I'm not ready to be engaged yet. I don't even want to be. Well, so then why would he propose?
Also, he never talked to me.
Exactly. You and Ollie.
I would have been triggered. Ollie would
have really raised hell.
Ollie would have made sure the wedding never happened if he didn't get talked to beforehand.
Ollie's so cute. Ollie's really funny about it. You guys will obviously know Cal's already talked to me about like who he's going to talk to when it happened or when he's prepping. So like I know everything. And I like kind of don't like surprises. So I kind of need to know. I need to know like bare bones at least. I don't need to, but I would like to know.
Oh, engagement.
Okay.
Like what have you guys talked about?
Got a call from my lawyer.
Leave that in.
About my house stuff, not even my business stuff. what have we talked about? Just like next year.
Like early fall. I need to prep. Like spring, summer, a little fall moment.
We haven't specified. Not if I do not want a Vlogmas proposal.
I would kill him if he did that. I wouldn't.
Because you have to do your vlog.
No. I'm like, I'm filming.
Yeah. You're like, sorry, I can't make it. I've got a vlog.
Yeah.
I've got Vlogmas.
I'm supposed to go ice skating tomorrow, actually.
I have a sexy Santa set up. Sorry, yeah. Thursday's not going to work
Santa
for me.
The Santa stripper, yes. That's so funny.
No, I just don't want that either.
I would, if he had asked my opinion, if he thought December was a good time, I would very much say, I think that should be a moment for you two and nothing around views, nothing around. Obviously, if you want to put something up, you can, but I wouldn't want you to be like, oh, now I have to tell the vlog because like you are so like, I don't lie to my vlog channel. Not like I do, but like you're very like, I don't lie. So I feel like you'd feel so much pressure like, well, I can't leave this out of the next day. Yeah. But then you'd also be like, but I don't want to share it yet.
I'm also like a blabbermouth. Like I wouldn't be able to hold it in for more than a week. So I'd have to like the idea of that already stresses me out. I would presume probably like a summer, next summer. I feel like you and Cal have been really hitting it off lately though.
Oh my God. The other day he gave me boy advice.
Wait. We need to preface this. So we this weekend went to a Lake Arrowhead for our friend's birthday. And we spent the time just like on this little yacht boat thing. What's it called? A pontoon? Pontoon. We were on the boat. We were on the lake, like getting, taking like shots and like hanging out and like jumping in the water. And we were just like hanging out. And then at one point we like pulled over to the little grocery store village. And my friend needed someone to go with him to go grocery shopping. And I was drunk.
And you love cooking, so you're like, I'll go.
I was like, yeah. Well, also I was like, I would hate to go grocery shopping alone, so I was like, I'll go. So I jump out, and then I was like, when you're on like steady land, you're like, oh shit. And then I was drunk in a grocery store, and I was trying to act so normal. Which like, is that illegal to be?
I think there it's fine
in a grocery store.
I think there
it was like 2 p.m. and there were like families grocery shopping, and I was like. Anyways, got my stuff, came back to the boat, and I didn't even realize, like, I literally just, like, didn't even say bye to you and Cal. I just left. And then by the time I got back, you were like, Cal gave me boy advice.
Oh
blah, 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 blah. And Cal was like,
We were, and he brought it up on his own. I was so proud. He was like, yeah, so Remi talked to me about blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I'm in love. So basically, there's this guy I've been talking to on Raya.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, wait, he's like so cute. I really like him, blah, blah, blah. I think. I don't know. But I was like,
He brought it up.
He was like, yes. And then so I just started talking about it. I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Do you want to see our messages? I was like, yeah, let's do it. I give him my phone. He looks through our entire like combo and he's like, oh, this is good. He's like, no, honestly, the one thing I would say is just like, feel free to be a little more personal. Like if like, instead of typing like you, like type YOU.
Oh,
like
I forgot he said that.
Show
That's
him
right.
that like I feel like you is just so like whatever. Like
informal.
He probably thinks like you're just like talking to other people. And I was like, I never would think a guy would think that. Like
no, I
never
wouldn't either.
Ever would think a guy like I don't think guys think at all. So let alone thinking about like to clarify, he said they won't think about it, but subconsciously they'll feel like it's more personal.
Oh.
And I was like, T.
Yeah, because like no guy would ever read it and be like, oh, she used
no,
YOU.
A girl would.
Yeah, I would.
A guy would never.
Wow.
Yes. And then he was like, look, if you don't know if he's like talking to other like girls or not, whatever, like just give him some time, but like be on his radar. You know what I mean?
How do you be on someone's radar?
He was like, just like you can text him every now and then. He was just like,
play it cool.
Like play it cool, but the biggest advice was he was like, but don't be tunnel vision just for this one person and don't like hope that it'll work out. Like let it be what it is, but like go on other dates, like talk to other guys. And I was like, girls are so, I'm generalizing, but girls are so like that. Like there's like like it's so easy just to be like them.
It's so hard because like in my personal experience, I remember I was so tunnel vision one person and then I knew that was wrong and I knew I was going to get hurt by doing so. So that you can't help it. You can't help how you feel, but I would actively try and find other people just to like lessen my tunnel vision. Yeah. But I feel like when you're doing it that way, that's why it didn't work out for me. That's why my tunnel vision was so bad because I was only solely doing it to get my feelings off of someone.
You want to feel triggered?
Well, no, I would rather not. But okay.
I've seen so many TikToks lately that are saying if you are really into someone, like you're like obsessing over them, and you're like seeing their potential, like you're daydreaming about them, blah, blah, blah. In reality, like that's not based on who they are. That's like who you've made up in your head.
Oh, absolutely.
And all of that comes down to how you feel about yourself.
Oh.
So if you think, if in your head you're like, oh my God, this guy's obsessed with me, that's basically you giving yourself a compliment that like people are obsessed with you. Like everything you think about the guy or girl always comes back to how you see yourself.
It's like a projection.
Yes, in a flipped way. And I was like, oh my God. You know how you have fake conversations in your head? You like daydream? Like all of that is how you see yourself. In your head, they're like, oh my God, you're hilarious. You're so funny. You're like, oh my God, I'm so funny. Like that's like how it works. And I was like,
yeah, but I already think that.
I know.
If that makes any sense.
No, yes. Obviously, you're dating an idea of someone. And that idea is just a reflection of how you want to be treated.
How you want.
Yeah, and how you are. Like,
for me personally, there is someone that I was hung up on for so long, like forever on, and even like into the beginning stages of dating Cal, because I wasn't ready to get into a full relationship when I met Cal.
Yeah.
And so Cal and I had a lot of conversations in the beginning where I was like, look, like I'm still feeling things for this person, but I'm like, I'm not, because I don't actually feel those things. I just can't shake the idea of them from my head. And so I was very candid. We've always been super, super honest with each other. Cal has always been super understanding, and like it's something that we've like worked through together. One day I had this light bulb go off in my head where I was like, okay, it's not the person, because the person was not that great. And I know that it was this idea that I had built up in my head, but then it's not even based on that person anymore. This all has to do with me and my expectations and what I was wanting from someone and what I thought that I deserved and how I thought I wasn't good enough and all these things. Like literally that person was just a filler for the shit that I needed to work through. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was something that I did, and I worked through it with Cal, honestly, and like relied on Cal to just talk to me about it and like be a sounding board. And then also, just Cal showing his love for me and like showing up for me and stepping up for me showed me and fulfilled those expectations that I needed.
Okay, I was going to say, what advice do you have for people? Because I feel like there are probably other people who are in a relationship and then they're in the same position where maybe it's their first love or someone like that. And they're like, I keep thinking about them, but that doesn't mean that you're in love with them. But like, what helped?
I think just to literally realizing that the person is a filler. It could have been anybody, not to take away from like if it was your first love or even if you really had strong feelings for that person. I think more so it's focusing on what you're putting on that person, or like the ideas that you're putting on that person, or the feelings that you're putting on that person. Like that person really could be anybody. It's more so just like what you need to deal with yourself. Does that make sense?
Complete sense. I also think that's why there's the cliche saying of like, you never forget your first love, because I think everyone at some point in their life, no matter what age it's at, you experience really like loving someone and liking someone, giving them your all. You're like, here's my heart. Like, you wouldn't hurt me. Like you trust. And then after that love, like you never are hurt the same way, because you learn like, oh, people, whether it's intended or not, will hurt you.
I think it's expectations. And being very inexperienced, and not to take away again from the experiences that you have with your first love or your first relationship or whatever it may be. I think that you should still appreciate and love those experiences you had. But if you are years down the line still holding on to that person in your head, you're no longer holding on to the experiences. You're holding on to that person and what they stood for to you.
I think one thing where I can't relate to that is because my first love, we were each other's first loves. So it was easy for me to get over him. It was easier to be like, well, at least like that was just special what we had together, versus like I feel bad for girls who don't have that reciprocated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've never like my first love I would say is Cal. Like this is like real love. Even I never really even experienced like puppy love. I went from like dating and being obsessed with people and like in a really unhealthy way to finally being in a healthy relationship. Like I've never experienced like any of that like first, because by the time I met Cal, I feel like I was like an adult and like so everything felt very mature-ish for the time. Yeah, you get what you get. What?
I just feel like you're getting engaged next year, and y'all 3-year anniversary, living together. I knew we were on different like paths, but like I feel like just now I had the moment of like, oh wow, like she dated. She's getting engaged. You're soon. Oh God, you're gonna be that girl on Facebook who's like, we're engaged.
I refuse.
No, I
will no.
It's the one time you can do it.
Not on Facebook. Never on Facebook.
Don't
I remember
do it.
Cal made me do like in a relationship with on Facebook, and I was like, no, please, no.
That's my one request for my birthday next year.
To post that on Facebook.
The one. I don't know. It's so funny.
Okay, but like you have to be in the photo. It has to be all three of us. We're engaged.
Oh my God, I saw this. I think it was a TikTok recently, and it showed a girl got engaged and her nails weren't good.
Yes.
So her friend came in and put the ring on and made it look like her hand.
It looked legit.
I would do that, but our skin tones are a little different.
Yeah.
They would know my hand. We should just do
like,
this to troll people. We should do that.
That'd be so funny. I mean, I would love to have less like chunky fingers. My fingers are little sausages.
It's okay. My toes are little sausages.
Mine too. All of my little, what are the phalanges?
Oh my God.
As we all know, as I've been talking about in this episode, I just got back from Hawaii, and you guys, 3 out of the 4 luggage that I brought on my trip were away luggage. You guys know I am obsessed with them, whether I am traveling myself or if I'm giving a gift. They are the best luggage. They are so reliable. The quality is amazing. I love the color selection. Everything about away suitcases is bomb.
They're built to last. All away suitcases have durable, lightweight exteriors that can withstand even the roughest of baggage handlers. You know they're throwing. They are chucking your luggage behind the scenes. So you want something that will last you more than just, a year.
Also, I am an overpacker to the max, so I love that they have this interior organization system. I like to use it. I always use the little zippy pouch for my underwear and my socks. And then when I'm coming home, I use it for my dirty laundry.
Did you know that they also have a dirty bag in there for your laundry?
I didn't know
Remi!
that. Now I know.
Every single suitcase. It's so dope. I love that because I always forget to bring a bag for my dirty clothes, and I hate the idea of my dirty clothes touching my clean clothes.
Understandable, yes. There's also 4 360-degree spinner wheels, so basically it just makes going through the airport. Why airports have carpet still, I do not understand, but it makes being able to push your suitcase through carpet very easy.
Also, the best thing of it all is that anything from away that they make, you can live with it, travel with it, get lost with it for 100 days. And if it's not for you, you can still return it and get a full refund, even if it's been used.
Away offers free shipping and returns on any non-personalized order within the contiguous US, Canada, and the UK. Start your 100-day trial and shop the entire Away lineup of travel essentials, including their best-selling suitcases and bags at awaytravel.com/basic. That's awaytravel.com/basic.
Well, speaking of love, I had a dream.
Oh, yeah. We love an Alisha dream.
I had a dream. Oh, no. First of all, I've been reading Colleen Hoover nonstop, okay? Just to preface.
No, we know. You're going through a book a day, bitch.
Oh, no. I was reading last night and I meant to go to bed early. I was up till midnight. I'm almost done with it. The biggest plot twist happened and I was like, I'm reading Hopeless right now.
Okay, Hopeless.
And I literally was like I felt anxiety go through me. Totally caught off guard. And I think that's why I realized a thing I like about books when it comes to movies or shows, I'm always thinking from the producer side, I think of the writers and I'm like, okay, realistically, this is probably going to happen. They're going to hook. It's less surprising for me. But I think with books, especially, I try not to read the back where it tells you a little bit about it. Cause I'm I just want to be surprised, you know? Anyways, at the time I was reading Ugly Love. Which, if you know, is
I've heard it's just sex.
Oh God, it's so good. And keep in mind,
I think you love coho a little too much, girly.
No, the cohorts love.
Are you a cohort?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if you are single, it's a great book.
If you're lost on a deserted island,
I would bring Colleen Hoover books, bitch. That's all I need. Anyway, so I was reading Ugly Love. If you don't know it, it's about a love, friends with benefit situation. It's very graphic. I think there's probably 15 sex scenes in the whole book. Oh God. Compared to the normal 1 or 2 in her books. Anyway, so I'm reading, enjoying. That night I go to bed. I wake up the next morning and I go, because I had a dream. The most vivid dream I've ever had of me hooking up with an influencer who I haven't talked to in 5 years. And I've never been attracted to him. I literally have never been attracted to him.
Are you going to say who?
I will not. I will die on my bed before I say who. Because I was like, oh, it'd be so funny if they will see it. My anxiety can't handle it.
Can you like narrow it down to like 3?
No.
Narrow it down to 3.
5 years ago, literally, no. I can't. My anxiety cannot handle it. I'll literally be like, take down the whole episode.
Narrow it down to 3.
No, because that's the thing. They will see. Like somehow, someone will tell them, and I will be so like.
Can I give a clue?
No.
Okay.
I was feeling some ways. It was the most vivid dream I think I've ever had in my life. And I woke up and I was like, that's so weird. I'm not attracted to them. Like, I don't really keep up with them. Then it made me wonder.
It was a Wattpad fantasy.
I was like, those Colleen Hoover books. I was like, but why them? Why them? And then it made me think, how many people in my life have thought of hooking up with me who maybe aren't even into me? Do you know what I mean? Like,
you just popped up in a dream?
Yeah, and then they had that moment of like, Alisha, like what? Like it makes you wonder. Like even after I graduated high school, there was this one guy from high school where I had a dream that and I was like, I was never into him.
I don't like have dreams of hooking up with people.
Oh, I have so many.
Oh, you do.
They're great. They are great. Except when it's like this dude who you're like, wait, what the fuck? But it was great. It was great. It was the same plot as the book too. Like,
are you gonna be weird now when you see them next time?
Hopefully.
She's gonna get so sweaty.
Me right now. My knee. Yeah. It was the same plot as the book. I don't think we don't talk. Like we don't talk. So luckily it's good. But what if it was someone who I talked to and then I had to see them and
what
then
if
I'd be like,
a sign from the universe that you guys should be together?
No.
No. You never know.
How have you never even like even
not random people. If anyone, it would be someone that I've already previously encountered.
Am I weird?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's weird.
No, but I'm like, how have you not?
I just think
I'm just a little deprived over
here.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I think you might need a little loving.
Maybe it's time we get some love.
Maybe it's time.
The co-hosts are doing it.
I live for it though.
I really thought we were gonna have like a cool conversation of you being like, oh my god, one time I thought I hooked up, or I like dreamt I hooked up with this person.
Honestly though, I do have the worst memory ever, but I don't think they're normally. I don't have very many hookup.
Have you ever had a dream? One time I had a dream that I was making out. Oh my god, with Justin Bieber, which is funny. Because I like him, but I'm not obsessed with him like Alexis. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like a diehard. But I remember in my dream, I started waking up and I was like, oh, this is a dream. But we were still making out. So I was like, oh, this is a dream.
And did you go back to bed? You went back to bed?
Am I lonely?
I'm going to take that as a hypothetical, a rhetorical.
So
keep dreaming, babes. Keep dreaming.
Keep in mind, all this happened while you were in Hawaii on your 3-year anniversary. Okay, that's what I was doing. That was me at home.
Same. Honestly, you probably were having a better time because as we remember, last time Cal came on, he swore to us he was going to be tan by the next time we saw him. Yes. Day 1, it's our anniversary. We go to the beach. Mm-hmm. I'm used to going to the beach on vacation, like pretty much every day. I can lay out from sunrise to sunset, no issues, just get nice and bronzed. Sometimes I get a little burnt, like in Bora Bora, but that's only when I'm not paying attention to the UV index. Otherwise, I'm good. Toasty.
I was going to say, do you remember that photo when we went to Greece? And I was like in the shade. I'm on Cal's side. I'm part Irish. I don't even know what else I am, but like I just know I tan a little bit and then I burn. So for me, I get hangry. I don't like the sun too much. You love it.
I love the sun, mostly because I think I'm a quarter Chamorro, so I can just like soak it up, no issues. So I took Cal to the beach. I was like, let's live it up. Let's have a good day. About 4 hours in, he is burnt to a crisp. Didn't even go from tan to red. Just went straight to hot pink and then had to go back to the room because he wasn't feeling well. Turns out he got sun poisoning.
Which is honestly the worst.
Yeah, I felt really bad. And then our anniversary dinner was canceled. We had McDonald's, went to sleep. And the rest of the vacation was spent just dodging the sun for the most part on his behalf. Yeah, but that's okay. I had a lovely time regardless, and he did not get any shades tanner as he wanted to tell everyone that he thought he would.
Well, my favorite was when we did the thumbnail for that episode. Our producer sent it to us, and Rem was like, "Can you turn down the red?" Oh, that was before.
And that was before the suntan. He's just naturally pink.
Oh, no, I get it. I get it.
I've just never been on vacation with someone so like high maintenance with the sun before, and I was like, wow. So we got an umbrella by the end, and then he was fine.
Yeah, just a little shade. You know?
I understand now.
A little
that
shade.
Was inconsiderate of me, and I understand.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, I get it now. I get it.
Because your vacation was ruined.
Mine.
You're like, so we can't go back to the beach
wait,
tomorrow?
No more beach?
Yeah,
no
day
more
one.
Beach? Literally, I was like, no more beach. He was like, I'm so sorry, we can't. I was like, okay.
Oh, I could see you being like, it's okay, we can go back to the room. We'll come back tomorrow. And he's like, babe.
No, we didn't go till the last day, but that's okay. Honestly, I had a wonderful time.
I saw you went shopping.
I went shopping because we had to be indoors.
Do you like?
I had to be indoors.
Do you like how I was like offended that you went without me? I was like, you went shopping.
I'm sorry, I had no other choice.
No, I love it.
We had to be
inside. I want a
inside.
haul.
Okay, I'll give you a haul.
Me a haul.
I know, I'm sorry. I should have sent you a
You're
video.
like, my last vlog at the 6-minute mark.
Literally, actually. But another fun fact about me as of lately, which I just want to preface this by saying that I am not a doctor. I am not giving anybody any advice on what you should do with your body. Please take that into account. But I have stopped my birth control. And I talk about birth control every once in a while. Why are you? She's smiling.
Because you're getting engaged next year.
No. I've gone through like a very tumultuous relationship with birth control. And people live when I talk about this.
No, because I think everyone has.
Oh my gosh. If you get on birth control and hit it out of the park with the first one that you try, you are an enigma. It is so hard. The first time I ever got birth control, I got the Nexplanon in my arm. Which is like the little thing it's like a little plasticky something. I don't know I actually don't know the material, but they shoot it into your arm and it lives like right here in the fatty part of your like, what is this? Arm?
Your bicep area?
Bicep area, yes. And it lasts for like 3.5 years, I believe, or so. And it's nice because you don't have to think about it at all, which if you're a forgetful person like myself, it is a dream come true. When I did initially get it and put it in my arm, I started getting horrible cystic acne, which I've never dealt with in my life before. I always had like breakouts. Yeah, I never had like perfect skin, but I always had like breakouts here and there. But then all of a sudden on my cheeks, I developed horrible cystic, painful acne.
I kind of forget how bad it was because I remember, I think when we were in Greece, which I just said, yes. I remember that's when you were like, I'm getting this out because it hurt so bad. I felt so bad.
It was painful. And Lauren got the same one, but she got hers on her forehead. So she had the exact same breakouts, but on her forehead, mine were on my cheeks. I'm still dealing with scarring and things to this day. Finally, at like the 3-year mark, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Let's get it out. There were complications getting it out. God, do you remember that?
Yes.
They had problems getting it out. It was traumatizing. And then when I got it out, I realized that's when like the doctor nonchalantly mentioned to me that I have PCOS. He was like, oh my gosh, you have PCOS. Like, why are you getting this birth control? And I was like, wait, what? I have PCOS and I had the wrong birth control for 3 years. No one told me. So after I got the Nexplanon out, I tried to figure out which one would be best for me with PCOS. And I switched over to the pill, which I knew would be hard for me because again, I'm a forgetful person, but I wanted something that obviously wasn't going to cause me as many issues, or I thought wouldn't. So I switched over to the pill and the doctor told me, okay, give this 3 months and then wait and see, we can check in and see how it goes. I said, cool. Right at that moment is when COVID started to kick in and I was on that pill for 3 months. COVID started ramping up, obviously. This is literally like March 2020. And during those 3 months where I was just home, I was developing really bad anxiety, brain fog. I would get like really bad suicidal thoughts and just like all these things were happening for the first 3 months. And obviously I was pinning it on the birth control because that was the only thing that had switched up in my routine.
But also there's a time period where why would it be your birth control? So you just think you're going crazy.
Well,
like
none of that actually happened for me. I was God. What's the variable that changed?
Yeah.
Okay, birth control. It must be this. And she told me, give it 3 months and wait and see. Yeah. You look up online, you see symptoms. You're like, oh, check. That's what's happening. Yeah. So on the 3 month mark, I went and called my gyno and I was like, hey, which granted, I've like never found a gyno that I love. So I kind of always bop around.
Yeah.
I.e. why I was prescribed the wrong one the first time. But I talked to the gyno and I was like, hey, I've been having X, Y, and Z happen. You told me to call back in 3 months. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
And she literally looked at me and went, no, I think you're just very anxious about COVID. And I was like, I mean, yes, it's scary and I'm worried for everyone, but I don't think that is what's causing me to have brain fog.
Yeah. Like anxiety, maybe. Brain fog?
I was like, no. She's like, give it 3 more months and let's wait and see. So I was on it for another 3 months. Horrible time. And then finally at the 6-month mark, I asked for another gyno. I got on it was all via Zoom at the time, obviously. So I got on this teledoctor appointment, told this new gyno everything that was happening. And she was like, they said what?
Oh my God.
I was like, I know. And so she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to prescribe you this new one that is going to be very, very, very low dose, almost like an entry level one that you can get into when you're younger, very early on. Try this out. Let me know how it goes. I said, sick. So I did that for 2 years. And the past 6 months, I've again been suffering from very bad brain fog. I'll be driving. I get really dizzy. I can't sometimes I'm in the store, at the grocery store, and I'll be picking something up. All of a sudden, the lights start to close in on my eyes and I can't focus. I start gagging, which is my anxiety reflex. I gag a lot in case you guys don't know. So I took myself off of it. I'm going to get a full exam and everything. But so far I've been off for 2 weeks and I've had no brain fog.
Really?
It's been really great for me so far. Again, I'm not telling anybody to do this and you should always consult your doctor with everything. But so far it's been great for me. So I just wanted to give everybody a little heads up on what's going on.
Count this as a Reddit forum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. This is all my personal experience and also with PCOS and stuff.
When you see a commercial for a medication or something and then it starts listing the side effects, it's possible blah 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 blah, suicidal blah 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 blah, all this stuff, you never think it'll happen to you. You're a 1 in a chance million. Even my medication, I've learned I actually have a very sensitive body to things, all things. So if there's a side effect, I'll probably experience it. That's just but before I would have been oh, that doesn't make sense.
It can never happen to me.
And even mine, it takes 3 weeks to fully kick in if I change the dose or something. But it's so hard when you're having to wait 3 months and they say wait another 3 months and then wait another 3. By that time it's a year and a half of you being miserable.
Yes. And I've only been off for 2 weeks from my birth control that I was on for 2 years.
Yeah.
And so truly, I'm sure there's some residual in my system or something.
Totally.
Maybe it's a placebo that's making me think that I'm fine now. Truly, I have no idea. All I know is that I haven't been dizzy and I've been able to go to the grocery store and have the lights not close in on my eyeballs and I've been feeling better. So I'm just trying to be intuitive with what feels good for my body.
I'm picturing the comments right now, people being oh my God, I thought the lights were closing in. And that's one thing I'm so passionate about when it comes to anxiety, because some of the side effects are so random that you're you think you're having, especially if you suffer from health anxiety on top of normal anxiety, then you actually think oh my God, am I about to have a seizure? Is my brain falling apart?
Down.
Little things like that. It's those are, I guarantee, all side effects of the pill you're on, or your body just not meshing with it. And even, I have some friends who, are on their birth control. They love it. They're oh yeah, I'm great. And I'm damn, it's just so hard to find.
I feel it's such a blessing, again, to knock it out of the park on the first try. But even if you're 3 in and you got it down pat, I was so grateful for those 2 years of not having that 6 months during COVID of those symptoms. I guess maybe, I don't know if my body caught it. I truly don't know. And again, I'm not a doctor, but all I know is how I feel right now. And I've been feeling much better. And your libido, oh my God.
Much more.
My libido tanked in the past 2 years, insanely tanked. I got to read some Coho books.
You need to ugly love bitch.
Truly, it's just wild how it just takes a toll on your body. Katie Austin is someone that I've been seeing. She kind of inspired me a little bit because she went through something very similar where she was on it for a long time. She was taking a little break and it made me think more about oh my God, how have I been feeling?
Yeah.
I've been on this for a long time. The doctor tried to prescribe me birth control when I was 14. For my PCOS because I had such irregular periods, and my mom at the time was she doesn't need it. She doesn't need to be on that for her entire life.
I know.
So I don't know. It's a subject that's always changing.
Always.
I'm on a journey with this. Maybe I'll get back on something. I don't know.
Also, Reddit forum here, but I've seen so many videos and stuff of people saying they've suffered with PCOS and naturally they've been able to heal it with just food, and how food used to be medicine for us and now it's turned into so much other stuff, and now doctors just prescribe pills all the time, as I'm medicated, but
for different reasons.
Same thing, but point being is that there are a lot of natural ways to try at least. And it is frustrating when you go to a doctor and they just okay, take this prescription. That was me on spironolactone. It makes you feel oh, is this the only option? And then you're well, then you have to wait 3 months just to see. And then even on spironolactone, they're well, you can't be pregnant on it. And I was then how good can it be for me if I'm taking this every day?
I've learned to really just talk to your personal doctor about what you're going through.
And trust your gut.
I wish I had known. I didn't know I had PCOS obviously till after I got off the next one on, but when it was so casually mentioned to me, I felt so many things. I felt so validated because I was like, no wonder I've struggled with my weight my entire life because it never made sense to me. I've always been active. I've always like tried my best. And it just didn't make any sense. So that was validating. At the same time, I was like, oh, now we've got a whole new struggle ahead for the rest of my life.
Yes.
I've got to worry about this when I want to get pregnant one day. But I just wish I had known. I wish it had been like, honestly discussed with me more so that I had more options when I first started birth control. I think the biggest thing I learned from going in, honestly, and that was on me, I went in when I wanted to get birth control. I talked to all my friends. All of them were on Nexplanon. I was like, perfect, I'll do it. Sounds good. Everyone loves it.
Word of mouth. I mean, I would do the same thing.
Exactly. And I think what I learned from that is like, do your own research, talk to your doctor about like go through your own personal blood tests and your own personal tests to see what would be best for you, not just what's good for your friends. Because I still have friends that love Nexplanon and swear by it, and there's nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't right for my body.
One of my favorite things that I learned from my mom, which when I was younger, I hated it. Like I hated it. Anytime we'd be at a doctor's office appointment when I was like under 18 and she would be there, she would always ask so many questions that I got embarrassed. I'd be like, Mom, stop asking questions. Like, stop. Like, he said this, it's fine. Like, I'm like, trust them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The amount of times my mom is just right in general, it kind of bothers me because every time she's just always right. But the amount of things like she would catch before the doctors, like I think she very much instilled it into me is like, even though they're professionals, they still mess up and still trust your gut. Like if a doctor is saying, oh, it must just be COVID and you know it doesn't feel right, get a second opinion, get a third opinion. Like now I wish I questioned more because I've had the same experience where months later someone says something. I'm like, damn, if I just asked the question in the very beginning, like, hey, do you think it's this or something? Maybe that would have saved me 6 months of trying to figure some, things out health-wise. Like,
I mean, no one can tell you how you feel. Yes. Like if you're actually physically feeling things. This is so funny. I made a TikTok the other day about an ailment that I've dealt with for so long. I've had this since I was a kid. And so I made a TikTok about it. And like half the comments were like, oh my God, I have the exact same thing. And then the other half were like, girl, go to a doctor.
Wait, what?
But I don't know if I might have talked to you about this. Ever since I was a kid, when I've been reading a book, specifically more so with the book, but sometimes it happens with like movies and TV shows, but a lot of times, like 80%, I'd say it's when I'm reading a book. It's usually like a romantic novel or a romantic show, romantic movie, when I feel so connected to their love story. Have I told you this before?
No.
If I just like love the characters, I'm so excited about their love, like when they kiss or when they like, they like go apart and they finally like find their way back to each other. I get sharp shooting pain in my palms right here. And it's like, it's palpable. I sometimes have to sit on my hands because it's so painful. Like I feel physical pain.
Do you feel your pulse?
No, it's sharp shooting. It's just like sharp pain. So I've had that since I was a kid. And then a lot of the comments were like, girl, you're just gripping the book too hard. But I can tell you, I am not gripping the book too hard.
I've never heard of this.
I think I'm just such an empath.
Yeah, you are.
I really don't know what it is, but I talked about it and a lot of people were like, oh my God, the same thing happens to me. I feel a little crazy, which is why I've never gone to the doctor about it. Truly, also, I think the doctor's going to be like, it's in your head. But I know it's not in my head. It's palpable, physical pain in my right here.
The like pads of your thumbs?
Right here.
Like,
this like little fatty part right here that sticks out, this little like bump.
On your palm, yeah.
Yeah, this little bump right here. And
I feel like,
right here.
the people who do like hand reading, I wonder what they would say about that.
I don't know, but I like it's physical pain that I can't ignore. Truly, sometimes it's so painful I have to sit.
Wait. I have so many thoughts.
I haven't talked about this ever, have I?
Okay, well, I also saw a TikTok recently. I've seen so many TikToks lately.
Okay.
And it was saying how our bodies and minds actually don't know the difference from like fictional love versus like, our minds do, but our bodies don't. So maybe it's like, maybe that's like anxiety or like you feeling
it truly could be.
And then I don't know, but I forget exactly what it was, but it was saying like, that's why you can feel so connected to fictional characters or like be really sad. Cause
I don't know. My brain, like I just get it's only happy things. I'm just like so excited for them that I like feel physical pain.
Me at your engagement.
Literally.
I'm gonna be like, I felt it.
Yeah. It's so weird though. And so if anybody else feels the same way, comment down below. I am not going to go to a doctor for it because I know I'm fine.
Well, now I'm going to try to, sorry, I cut you off again.
No, I was done. Okay. Yeah, I was done.
Now I'm going to keep in mind I'm going to pay attention to my thumbs and see if I feel something.
Feel like true. It's pain.
Okay, well, I clearly would know, I guess.
But maybe it like unlocks something in your brain. Maybe I'm just like really weird. Truly, maybe. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's pain you can't ignore.
It has to be a nerve.
Maybe it connects to my heart.
Wait, let's look up like.
I've tried Googling.
Really?
Another thing, and I've just talked about earlier how I gag a lot, but I've always been a gagger since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I know this is like so TMI, sorry, but like as a kid, I just always have had a sensitive gag reflex. I learned recently I'd be in the wings during like a dance competition at like 6 years old, and I'd be gagging in the wings. Or if I had to give my 5th grade secretary speech beforehand, I gag. Before we did our live show, I was gagging. Like I just always gag. Recently learned it's a form of anxiety and it's a release because once I gag, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm okay now. It's super weird. And if anybody also has that situation, let me know down below.
No, keep going. I'm looking on Reddit.
Yes. Did you find anything? What are some other ailments?
I mean, I've recently switched back to reading actual books instead of digital. It's just not the same on the screen, right? I joined my local library, blah, blah, blah. The last few days I've been getting intense sprain-like pains in my hands, which I think must be coming from holding the books.
No, it's not from holding the books, people.
Anyone else experience this? If you do, you may have tips to ease it. I literally typed in palm of hand pain romance Reddit.
No, good. Okay, because the thing is, it's not from holding the book because there is no way that only when they are in love, like during an intense love scene. I'm not talking
Maybe
sex.
You're like...
I'm telling you, I promise. I will read a book and I will have it on a book reader and I will come back and tell you guys, I know it's not from holding the book. I just know it.
I can't find anything on this.
You know what? I'm on my Kindle now. And so, I had it with my Kindle the other day. That's why it sparked my memory. I did.
Wait, I'm just gonna look up.
Because I forgot for years because I didn't read for years.
Hand pain romance. I don't know if this is what it's going to
We need to bring on a hand specialist onto the pod. I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but I know I'm not. I know my pain.
Ooh, reading physically makes my heart ache, fingers tingle. Let's read this. When I'm reading something really moving, my heart will physically ache, and sometimes my fingers will tingle and feel kind of numb. It feels like exciting and both weirdly strange at the same time. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's definitely a physical reaction. This has happened my whole life only when I'm reading. It usually happens when I'm reading romance, and there's a lot of angst built up with love. Why is this? I tried Googling it, and it didn't seem much about it. I know I'm really empathetic because I cry reading nearly every book. Does anyone else have this weird physical reaction?
I actually wrote that.
No, you didn't.
I'm just
help,
kidding.
I'm in law school. Or help, I'm law student. Help _ I'm _
That's exactly how I feel, but not in my fingers. It's in my palms. Like physical pain.
Someone said if you wear a Fitbit while you read, you might even see your heart rate go up. It's definitely happened to me. I think we just get really into our books. I have the same thing. I thought I was the only one.
Oh my God, look at our little community. Help, I'm law student.
2017.
What?
That's so fun. No, they wrote it in 2017.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Oh my God. Well, I learned something new today.
I talked about it on TikTok and then people were like, please talk about this on the podcast.
That's hilarious.
I can't believe I've never shared that with you. My physical ailment.
Well, I'll get you a thumb brace.
I need like splints when I read.
You're like,
maybe you could just hold the book for me so I can prove to people that it's not from. People literally were like, stop gripping the book so hard.
But I get it. Like, I get it.
I'm not though. I swear.
Maybe
I hold
it's carpal tunnel.
It honestly could be. I did grow up knitting a lot, so.
Oh, I went to knitting club last week. You have to come.
I would love to.
Yeah,
I heard we're knitting a scarf.
For Rosie, so cute.
So cute. And around, down, up. Was that when you learned how to knit?
Yeah, I done crochet, I guess, when I was in 6th grade. I'd never knitted. So.
Knitting is, I think, more fun than crocheting.
Yeah.
Personally, but.
Live, laugh, love.
Love.
Anyways, I think we've reached our limit.
I think so too.
You're probably at the destination that you put this. Actually, you probably passed your destination.
Circled around.
If you're in the car listening to this. So we're going to end in this episode here. I loved this.
I loved our little catch up. There's so much to chat about.
I know. I feel like we still didn't even get into it.
Everything from engagements to physical pain to birth control.
To romance.
To romance. What a wonderful episode.
Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Give it 5 stars if you love. Rate this 5 stars if you enjoy Pretty Basic. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.